Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Crazy Ninja War. In this video we're going to be talking about the SSD drive that I've got for my PS5. It was about time that I upgraded my PS5 storage, because when the PS5 originally came out the storage wasn't great. It was only 800 and something gigabyte, which is not a lot when you think of it for new consoles. It wasn't even 1 TB, but then even though it said it was 800 and something megabytes, obviously with software took off that as well. It was about 600 and something gigabyte in the end. So it wasn't very good, and me myself, that I make a load of videos as well, I couldn't record much clips, and most PS5 users would probably have this problem where you can't record many clips. Also can't store many games, because games these are our days come at a big gigabyte end. And so I was looking to see what one I could upgrade and how far would I go for it. Well, I was looking at one originally. This is the add game one, and now this one, if you can see it on the camera, this one I was going to get, but the 2 TB with the heat sink went completely out of stock, and it doesn't look to be there anymore. So I said to myself, well, I don't want to get the 1 TB, because the 1 TB, it's not worth it really, just because the original storage on the PS5 is only 800 and something, so you're only getting a few, about less than 200 gigabyte more storage. So I thought I definitely need to go for a 2 TB. So then I was looking around and I asked a few people and all that, and this one came right on the top. This is the MP600 Pro LPX. Now this one is, if you can see it there, it's a 2 TB one. It is up to 7,100 megabytes of sensible speed, read speed, should I say, and it's got up to 6,800 megabytes of sentinel write speed, which is, I think, it's transfer speed. So I was thinking, do you know what, I'll give this a go. This one was on the top of the list, looking into SSDs for your PS5. So I thought, you know what, I'll get this one. This one did cost 241. Now that's not too bad, in a sense that obviously your storage is going to be a lot better and all that, but I do have a 5 TB external hard drive, and that only cost me £90, which is it's a big difference. 5 TB external hard drive is a lot cheaper than an SSD drive. Now, most of you must know why that's the case. Well, SSD drives are a lot faster, and that's why they are they're made for the next gen games. So it's same as PCs. PCs have something similar to these in their case, but they have obviously a lot bigger SSD drives. So I was giving this one a look, and I thought, you know, yeah, it looks fantastic. It's the Corsair, I think that's how you pronounce it, but it's the MP600 Pro LPX. So what we're going to be doing today in today's video, I'm going to be showing you what it looks like out of the package, and then I'm going to do a speed test for you as well. So here we go. Let's see what it looks like. I mean, it's only a small box, as you can see, so it's not going to be mega massive. And just make sure that you do get one that says compatible with the PlayStation 5, because if you don't, you could end up with one that doesn't fit in, and obviously you've got to put the case back over it as well. So bear with me with a second. I'm just going to take this out. So yeah, I've said to myself for ages, since they allowed it through a software update, I've been saying to myself, I need to upgrade my storage on my PS5. Well, it just means you don't have to delete things straight away. Now, I might take some time going into this because they've well fastened it by the looks of it. There might be a little bit sticky tape here. So yeah, I really hope you've been able to see this on camera. I've tried to get the camera as close as possible. Right, the box is ripped a little bit, but that doesn't matter. I need the top of it. Right, so we are in the box now. So it comes in a nice foam material, which is actually really good because it means you know you're not going to get damage through the post. So, and it comes out easily, so it's a lot easier. The weight in it is quite heavy actually, but it's very small, as you can see, and it's got a heatsink already attached to it. That's the other reason why I got it, because if you get one without the heatsink, bear in mind you have to get a heatsink as well. So it's best to get one that's already got a heatsink built on there. So this is very small, and it looks really good. It's Gen 4. Yeah, it's a Gen 4 PC LEM2 SSD. So it's a very, very good one. And it is at the top of the chart for storage on your PS5. Now, yeah, it's nice and slim, but remember, that's the size you're looking for your PS5, because if you get anything bigger, it might fit in just, but the cover that goes back over it, it won't fit on it because it'll be too chunky for the cover to go back on it. So that is it. That is the Corsair MP600 Pro LPX, and you can get up to 7,100 megabytes sentinel speed, read speed, and up to 6,800 megabytes of sentinel write speed, which is transfer speed, I think. So yeah, I recommend this to anyone that needs to get this, because it's at the top, but also I'm going to be doing a speed test, and when we go to the speed test, we will know if there's any difference between the console external and the SSD drive that I've just recently bought. Now, I won't show you how to put it in because you got to concentrate, so I'm going to skip that one. So yeah, let's go and do a speed test. So now that the SSD drive is stored into the PS5, once you reboot it and you plugged all your plugs back in before you reboot it, it should come up with this. It'll say at the top M.2 SSD storage, and then it will give you a little insight how to use it. So it says to use M.2 SSD, you need to format it. When you format your M.2 SSD, all data on it will be deleted. Now, just a thing as well is there won't be anything on there. It'll be like software stuff, which stays on there anyway. And then it says if you want to continue using your PS5 without formatting your M.2 SSD, turn off your PS5 and then remove your M.2 SSD. Note that saved data, screenshots and video clips can't be saved in M.2 SSD storage. Now, I had a feeling that would happen because I knew you couldn't do it with the external hard drive. You couldn't save your screenshots or video clips to that, which is not a problem, because once you transfer all your data from your console storage onto the SSD drive, you will have a lot of free space. In fact, you have the whole compatibility that you get on the console storage. Now, what you don't want to do is you don't want to click on the left and say don't format and turn off PS5, because basically the new SSD card that you've just bought won't work anyway. So what you really want to go to, you want to go to the right and click on Format M.2 SSD. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click on this, and it shouldn't take long to format. So here we go. Yeah, as you can see, it's very quick formatting, which is not a problem. Now we've just had an update. Now after it's done the formatting, it's come up with a thing saying the read speed of your M.2 SSD is as follows. If you experience problems while playing a game installed in M.2 SSD storage, try installing it in console storage. So the read speed has come up here as 6,486 megabytes per second. Now that is quite good, because on the box it says 701, which, sorry, not 701, sorry, 700, sorry, what am I on about? Never mind. 7,100, that's what I meant. So you don't get the full read speed that is meant to come on here, but you do get quite a good read speed. So the read speed is, like I say, 6,486 megabytes. So that is not quite, that is quite good actually. It's not bad. It's not bad. So now we're going to be clicking on OK. That's what you need to do next. And then it comes up with your M.2 SSD has been formatted. To change where your games are installed, go to Settings, Storage, installing location. To safety, remove your M.2 SSD, turn off your PS5 first. Now, most of you will know all that already, but for ones that don't know and they haven't stored another device, SSD device inside the consoles yet, this is how you do it. So then we're going to click on OK again. So it's reading database as it does anyway. Now this is going to take a few minutes because it's trying to read the SSD card. There we go, we're onto the home screen now. That thing you can see at the top, I don't know whether you can see it. I think that it's just showing that there's a new storage device attached. Or it could be the fact that my external hard drive is in the USB slot at the back. Anyway, so what you want to do is you want to go to Settings. This is how we're going to do the storage. So you go to Settings, you go all the way down to where it says Storage. Now you can see I've got 3 different options here now. I've got console storage, I've got the new SD card that I've just recently bought, which is the M.2 SSD. So that is the new one. Now, there we go. It says I've got 2 terabyte storage on it. Now, that is incredible. Well, it actually says, no, Yeah, it says I've got the full 2 TB. Now that's normally not like that. Normally, if there's any software or anything in it, it takes a few gigabyte off it. So you get a full terabyte in this SSD drive, which is fantastic. And I think most of them you do as well. But I know external hard drives, you don't get the full amount. It only takes a few megabytes, but the console storage itself does actually take storage off because of the system software. That's where the system software stores on. So we're going to go to console storage and we're just going to see. Now it says it was size 667.2 gigabyte, which is a lot less than what it said when it was coming out. It said it was going to be over 800 gigabyte, which is a strange one anyway. So what we're going to do first is we're going to try transferring a game from the console storage onto the SSD drive. But as you can see, I've got another option there, which is USB external storage. Now this was a 5 terabyte one. You've only got 4.60 terabyte, which it took 40 gigabyte off really, basically, for the format, I think. So that's not too bad, but I've still got 2.65 terabyte on there. Games I've used is 1.95 terabyte. So it's not bad. And the strange thing is though, this external hard drive that I've got, that's 5 terabyte, it only cost me £90. It's a shame that you can't play your PS5 games on it, but obviously because the speeds of the games, the load up speed and the graphics in it and all that, they need better storage that can handle that speed. So yeah, that's why external hard drives are a lot cheaper than SSD drives, I'm afraid. I was going to go for a 4 terabyte one for my SSD, but it was like over £600, so it wasn't worth paying all that money. But 2 terabyte is absolutely fantastic. And just a reminder as well is, if when you're recording clips and you're taking screenshots on your PS5, just to let you know, if you do happen to get a new SSD storage to put it in, you can't save recordings on it or screenshots. So first we're going to go to console storage anyway. We're going to go to games and apps. Now we're only going to try transferring one game to it first and see how fast it is. Now this might take a little bit of a while because it's looking to see what's on there. So we're going to try Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales. We'll try and transfer that over. So you go to select items and move, and then we're going to click on the ones we're moving. We're only moving Miles Morales first. So right, we don't want to move it that way. We want to go over to there. So we want to move it to the SSD drive. So I'm going to click on move now, and we're going to see how long it takes to transfer over. Yep, we know that. Press OK. So that game has moved over to the SSD drive. I didn't count it much, but as you've seen on the thing, it's roughly just under a minute to transfer that over, which is not bad, considering it is actually not bad transfer speed. So now what we're going to do next, we are going to go on the SD drive. We're going to go on Game and Apps again, and then we're going to try and transfer it back to the console storage and see how long that takes as well. So we're moving it back to the console storage, and we're going to see if that makes a difference. I mean, I think it's going to be a lot longer going back onto the console storage, but let's see what it does. Now already you can see it is a lot slower. Also, you might not get all this coverage on my video just because it's run through quite a few minutes. So I'm going to split it apart, and we're going to try and put it together so it's not too long of a video, so you don't have to watch right through. I know if you do too long of a video, it can drag on, and you don't like that really. We all don't like that, but we'll see what we can do with the video. So yeah, that is transferring Miles Morales from the SD drive now back onto the console storage, and already you can see how slow that's taken. So it just shows you the SSD drive is a lot faster in transferring, as you expect, because it's got a lot more speed than the console storage. What we don't know is yet how will it perform on games on the SSD drive. Yeah, so guys, that's it. That's the MP600 Pro LPX. That is the Corsair 2TB SSD drive, and that definitely works with the PS5. Now, I'm going to give it probably about 10 out of 10. It's not bad. The only thing I've got a problem with it is that my PlayStation, it's gone a little bit slower. It could be due to the fact that I've got an external hard drive and a SSD drive trying to work at the same time, but it's no big issue because as soon as your PlayStation comes on, it's fast anyway. It's brilliant, and I did have to cut that off, unfortunately, the last bit, because we went overdue on time, and plus memory went on the SD card on my camera. So yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed watching this unpacking and speed test of the MP600 Pro LPX Corsair 2TB SSD drive. I do recommend anyone that's trying to get a SSD drive for the PS5. I recommend this one because this works absolutely fantastic. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed watching it. Until the next video, guys, I hope you have a great week. And yes, just to let you know as well, this was pre-recorded through the week, but I've only just managed to get it out on time. So yes, I recommend this. And yeah, thank you for watching, and until the next video, peace out, guys.